I'm Alex from JTAC. Talk about the ROMAD. The Eberlestock products that I've used are the Fact Track, the Terminator, and I've also used that Hercules duffel and the ROMAD. I'm a JTAC, so my job is comms, so I use the Fact Track all the time to carry my golf, extra equipment, extra ammo, water, sustainment, and other tools that we could use, a bunch of different antennas and extra medical supplies. So the Fact Track is a great bag, but the size of it makes it kind of hard to work inside helicopters and inside vehicles getting in and out quickly. So wanted something that was a little bit smaller, but still had all the same capabilities of the cable management and being able to hold all the stuff that I need in the smallest package as possible. Having something scaled down that still had the same capabilities as the Fact Track was really huge. I needed to be able to hold the man-pack radio, so stuff like the Golf 167s and 160s, and be able to house the extra antennas and accessories that come with that, some extra batteries, notebooks, and the biggest thing is cable management, which is what most bags miss. Being able to run all of my cables and keep them all nice and tight to take down those snag hazards was huge for me, and then with being able to throw a hydration bladder in there if I wanted it was awesome, and being able to route that too so it's not flopping all around. So I was using it for about a month and a half on deployment. It was an awesome bag because it's so small. Getting out of the helo was no problem. It was out of the way of all of our main equipment that we need to be able to access easily. And I ran it with multiple antenna configurations. I carried extra weaponry in here, extra ammo, and it was all around just a great pack to run around with, and it's not a huge signature on me, so when we're doing fast movements, and especially in like confined environments, I wasn't bumping into everything or dragging it across, so I was able to reduce that noise signature. Eberlestock products are just good. They have really high quality. If anything were to ever break, the customer service was awesome, and they're able to send you something to replace it without a bunch of hassle, and they actually listened to like the customer feedback, which is a huge thing for me. So I was still deployed when I hit you guys up through customer service and hooked me up with Nate, and we got linked up, and I passed the idea along to him, and I think it was like the next day you shot me the rendering of it, and I was like, that's exactly what I had in mind. And I gave you some critiques, you made them, and then you made a prototype and had it shipped out to me within like 3 weeks. So I ran it from that point on, so I had about a month and a half of like actually use this operationally, and it was a really cool experience, to be honest. Yeah, so the first prototype had no frame in it, so there was no rigidity. So when I put the radio in there, it created a big hot spot in my back, and also kind of like dug in, which is obviously not what you want. It had no strength to hold the radio. And then the cable management on the outside stopped right here. So when I'm wearing my plate carrier and stuff, I had no way to attach anything to these straps or continue that cable management where I needed it. So it increased those snag hazards. So you guys took the molly, took it all the way down the straps, and now it lines up perfectly even when I'm in kit, weapons and all. And then added the frame in there, and you didn't do one that was too robust to like add unnecessary weight. It's like perfect to support the weight of a man-pack radio. Snag hazards create hiccups, so, and it can also damage equipment. So when you have cables sticking out, they can catch on everything and anything. And if I rip this cable, most of the systems we use is the only one I have. So that piece of equipment is no longer usable for me. So being able to keep that nice, clean, safe, and protected is huge. The antenna ports, it allows me to be able to wear this at all times and keep the contents of the pack safe from debris, dust, water. So the fact that the antenna port closes up directly on the base like that is awesome, and it allows me to get the best chance for line of sight comms, or if I'm running SATCOM, I can aim that directionally. It runs great. So the fact that I can just rip it open and it completely splays out allows me to get in here and mess with the radio. I can take it out, do a quick battery change if I need to, or if I just need to access the face, just being able to have a quick access flap to get in there, hand jam whenever I need to, and cinch it all back up quick. That's awesome. So ROMAD were Air Force guys, radio operator, maintainers, and drivers, and they are the predecessors of JTAC. And they were the forward fire guys attached to a ground commander's hip during the Vietnam War, and that's where our heritage comes from. The fact you guys take operators' feedback and actually do something about it and listen, it's unlike anything that anyone else does, because if we tell you guys something sucks, you don't try to make excuses, you just fix it. And the fact you guys sent me one out to a deploy location to let me play with it, and I gave you feedback and you immediately changed your design is awesome. You're not always gonna go on big backpacking trips, sometimes just a day hike with a dog. This is perfect with a hydration bladder in here. I can carry a 3-liter bladder with no problem. So I have plenty of water, snack. That's a great everyday pack. And then for a carry-on, it's honestly perfect because that little hydration pocket fits a laptop. Plenty of room for a couple sets of clothes and some shoes, and then these pockets on the outside, being able to throw like battery bank or any chargers, headphones, things like that. Fits in here super easy. Obviously the mission's constantly changing, so being able to add sustainment pouches, deployed, I was running the 320 on this side, and I'd have extra rounds on this side, and then sustainment pouches if I need to add a little bit more volume to carry some odd and end piece of equipment. Super easy to go on there. And certain antennas, I can mount it and rig it to the side of this and tie it off, and I can just tie it back into the radio through the ports here. It just makes it where you can do literally everything you want. You got the spots for chem sticks here if you need them, Velcro for your morale patches, all kinds of goodies. And the bottle holders I used all the time for spare water bottles. Like I said, I had the Terminator, I had the Fact Track already, and those are great bags. I really like the Fact Track. I just wanted to scale it down, so I had an idea to basically take the Fact Track and shrink it. And you guys make great products, so you're the only person I'd hit up.